Hi guys, and welcome back to another video. So this week's video is not a traditional medium video. It's gonna be me drawing my OC Masaki. So basically Masaki is one of my, I guess like my most favored OC. I also have Hansuke, who is my little cat character, and Koji, which you should have saw from my previous sketchbook doodles videos. So I'm going to be drawing Masaki as a witch today. I just thought it fit the kind of the aesthetic of Halloween, quickly approaching, and yeah, so I decided to do it digital today because I'm actually a little bit tight on time for this week. Next week will be hopefully the sketchbook tour video. I finished that sketchbook literally like a week ago, but I wasn't able to film it, so hopefully I'll be able to film that for you guys by next week. Either the following video or I might do a double post for next week. It might be the first page of my new sketchbook. So just a heads up, I have sketched in my new sketchbook quite a bit, but I did leave the first 2 pages blank. So one will be kind of like the actual first page with the cover page. I never draw on the inside cover page. I usually use that as a space where I can add stickers and stuff I like into the sketchbook, because I don't like putting stickers on the cover if there's an elaborate design. And once you guys see my sketchbook, you will understand why I don't want to put stickers on it technically. So yeah, so that's the plan for the next week or so. Hopefully next week would also be the start of a attempt at doing a live stream, hopefully on YouTube, and maybe a few on Twitch. So if you haven't, please follow me on Twitch so you guys can get notified when I go live. If not, you can follow me on Instagram as well, because I'm planning to do some live streams on Instagram again, hopefully in the evening if possible, but well, I just got like a weird lisp, if possible. But most likely it'll be kind of either like in the morning or late afternoon. I'll be able to do any of the streams. So right now we're doing the line art for Masaki. So you saw me struggle a bit in the beginning sketching out a pose for Masaki, and that's kind of like been very common for me right now. I keep going back to poses that are very familiar and not very creative, but I'm not too mad with this. Like initially the pose I had drawn or like sketched out was a pose that I've already done several times. I think in my sketchbook actually, maybe not as an illustration per se, but I did end up changing it. I tend to do that a lot after I start like fleshing out the face, and then I move slightly downwards, fixing like where the arms are going to be going. I also decided to give him a potion bottle instead. Initially, I think I had his arm kind of like going across him with maybe like some kind of a staff or like a wand or something that was going to have him hold. I decided against that. I thought a potion with little floral either designs or like petals inside the potion would be cute. Just a heads up, I did lack the patience to actually do any kind of like flower rendering, or like the stuff that I wanted to do was going to be more fully fleshed out, like flowers and stuff. I think I need to do more flower studies. It's been a while since I've done like realistic rendering of flowers or looking at how flowers are actually formed, I guess. I used to do a lot of it back in university. Even the year after I graduated, I did a few for like 17 portraits. I tend to draw like their birth month flowers with them. But recently I've been quite lazy with how I render flowers, so I feel like I should get back into doing that. So maybe I'll do that, because there is a painting I would like to attempt to do with Masaki. And you guys, if you guys are familiar with my OC Masaki, you know he's a florist. He's my little plant flower boy kind of OC. So I would like to do that, like a very elaborate and very detailed watercolor piece for Masaki, and hopefully if I have the confidence I will try to film it. In the future I am actually going to hopefully flesh out Koji a bit more. Masaki's still my go-to OC to doodle. Koji's face is still very difficult for me to want to draw. It might be the scar on his right side of his face that might be deterring me. I don't know. I think I just need to find a way how I want to draw him. I tend to draw younger-ish looking males, but actually attempting to draw one that's closer to the age of 12 is a little bit difficult for me. Because I tend to even draw Masaki a little bit cuter than maybe how I initially want to draw him. I kind of flip between him looking more like tiny bit older, a little bit more like masculine, and then he borders the younger-ish age, like as if he's like a younger 18-year-old or something. He's supposed to be 21, whatever. Yeah, but I had a lot of fun doing this. I think it's been a while since I've done a Chibi Speedpaint in my digital style, so hopefully you guys are a little bit interested in seeing my process for coloring. It's a little bit different from, I think, how I did any previous Chibi work that's like digitally done. I've been developing more of a digital painting style rather than relying on like cell shading and using like the airbrush, because I tend to do that for like what I consider my bean chibis, which is like my simpler style. I tend to do that for my 17 stuff, but I'm kind of merging the two again and just resorting to this style. My bean chibi style tends to be like quicker, faster, more simple looking chibis, but I'm gravitating towards this style a lot more. I think it's because I'm doing fan art of a bunch of different stuff that isn't 17, so the eye style of how I do my bean chibis is a little bit more expressive when I do it in this style. You guys would have saw it if you saw any of my Fire Emblem stuff or my Fate Grand Order or any of other fan art stuff. I use this style. Usually you can tell what style I'm using depending on the eyes and the way I render the clothing. So bean chibi style, or like what I like to call it, the bean chibi style, is a lot of cell shading, but this is a little bit more of a painterly approach. I tend to merge each article clothing or like colors onto one layer after putting like a multiply layer for shadows, add a little bit of highlight color and like a complementary color, not exactly a complementary color, a different color is introduced in each kind of article of clothing that I use to, what am I saying? I use like an accent color within the shading. I'm not making sense. If it's brown, or like, let's see, if his thing is teal, I add a little bit of purple instead in the shadows just to bring a little bit more color and vibrancy. I don't want it to be like a dark blue only. I just feel it looks a little flat, so I like adding other colors in there. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoy watching me draw Masaki. I would like to do Koji and Hansuke, but I don't think I will do that as a video, maybe as a live stream. Maybe next week I'll do a digital live stream to test it out. Hopefully I can get OBS to work with YouTube. But thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you guys next week with a sketchbook tour. So yeah, thank you very much for watching, and bye!